Ladies and gentlemen, it's Lucas from ContentFries, and let me kindly welcome you to Content Fridays episode number 2 in this year in 2023. And today we will cover a couple of, I think, really interesting updates, or maybe the direction we are heading regarding the 2.0 version and the phase number 1, which should be completed and finished really soon. So let me just jump right into it and show you what's happening behind the scenes as you are using the current version of ContentFries. So this is ContentFries 2.0. This is the dashboard basically, and you can see the progress of the development in our roadmap. If you are not aware of that, you can go to links.contentfries.com. I will show you fries.com/roadmap, and this will open up our public roadmap for you, where you can track our progress and stuff like that, and also recommend or post your ideas. And for example, we received 2 ideas this week. I think this is a really interesting idea. This kind of auto zooms. This is something that we were discussing earlier in the Facebook group and also with the community. And I think this is great idea. So you can zoom in and out and create more dynamic b-rolls and stuff like that when you are doing some or repurposing your long form content into bite-sized pieces of content. The feature like this, I think, is really great idea. So we will definitely add it to our roadmap and into 2.0 version. And there are also a couple of other ideas were reported as well. But let me go now to the 2.0 version and show you what I would like to discuss more in depth in today's episode, and that's the system of contexts. And what does that mean? When you go to the context, section right here, this is one of those, places that is very fundamental and important in our vision in the future, and also in the way how ContentFries will work as a whole, and that's the context system. And what are contexts? For basically right now, as it is right now, I'm not sure if I'm logged in. Yeah, I'm here. When you go to menu items, that's basically context. So we decided to, keep simpler names, and contexts are contexts, no menu items or stuff like that. But for example, in ContentFries, Facebook video is, square format, maximum length is 240 minutes. You can customize it to your needs and also create other contexts as well. For example, as you can see, there is Instagram video, LinkedIn. And maybe you are not aware of that, but you can customize all of these contexts to your liking as you wish. So these contexts are basically global contexts. This is something that every account will have when he registers into ContentFries. And then what basically is a context? From my perspective, or how I think about context, is that you as a content creator don't have to remember all the different platform limitations, like how long the video can be on Instagram versus TikTok versus YouTube or Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and so on. But instead, have some kind of rules defined into the platform that will keep those limits under, for you, without you even thinking about these. And also, some piece of content is more contextual, for example, on TikTok than on LinkedIn. For example, when you do some, parodies of dancing and funny stuff, chances are it's more, contextual for TikTok. But when you are doing more professional kind of content and some kind of business to business content, maybe LinkedIn is the platform that's the most contextual for that kind of content. And that's the context from the perspective of the content itself as you produce it, as you are using your messaging and your voice. and that's up to you to think which platforms you consider the most contextual for your kind of stuff. But there is also a second you know thing that you have to keep or that you have to watch, and that's the kind of technical aspect of contexts, and that's the duration, that's the aspect ratio, that's everything else that's not related to the message of the content. Okay, so that's what ContentFries will help you with, and it will help you with this in the 2.0 version really significantly. And you will be also able to add your own set of rules. So for example, when we go to global context, as you can see, these are global contexts as of now, and we will add more to this list. But when I go to Facebook Square Video, for example, you can see that the maximum duration of the video is 240 limits, and this is strict rule. That means that Facebook has defined this rule, and you cannot upload any video that is longer than this limit. But also there is no the rule that is not strict, and because this is square kind of video, which is great for Facebook ads, and Facebook itself recommends this kind of aspect ratio for ads, or maybe you are doing some kind of talking head video and you want to have subtitles under the video itself and some kind of catchy headline, then this square video context for Facebook is really great. But I would keep the duration of that content in under 5 minutes, and this is recommendation of ContentFries. You will be able to change and modify the non-strict rules, and if you go over that limit, you will still be able to export the video and publish it on the platform, but you will see a warning message that will alert you that uh, you know alert or beware, this content might be too long for this particular platform. So this is how contexts will work, and this will also open up possibilities for automations in the futures as well. And if you saw this, if you have a good eye, you can see this connect button right here. So you will be able to connect all the contexts with your, in case of Facebook, you will be able to connect your Facebook groups and Facebook pages and stuff like that. And then you can create contexts, and maybe you will connect, I don't know, 20, 30, maybe you are an agency and you are creating content for your clients. So you will be able to create contexts for all individual clients, and maybe some client has different requirements than the other. Maybe their message or maybe their template is completely different than the other one. So you will be able to customize all of that in the context section and set a default template, set rules for that particular context. And you can be sure that all those rules will be applied, and you will see if you are, maybe none of your clients want to publish videos that are longer than 1 minute. So you will be able to add a strict rule that will do just that. You will just go here and add a rule for video duration, and it has to be less than 60 seconds. And this rule is, strict. So ContentFries will not allow you to export that content or publish it or schedule it or distribute it to social media if it's longer, if it's not fulfilling this kind of rule. So this is how the context system will work. Basically, as of now, contexts are the same as they are in the current version. The only difference is that there are two types of contexts. One type is global, because from our observation, majority of users are using global contexts. That means as soon as Facebook changes something, or Twitter or LinkedIn or TikTok or any other platform change something, we will change it in the global context, and you don't have to keep your eye on it. But in case you need more control, you will be able to create local context and add as many contexts as you want, or maybe even clone some of the global context and customize it to your needs. So this is how context will work. And it's more complex, it's more in depth, but I'm sure this will open up many possibilities. And when we compare this with the current version, as I was speaking earlier, the one difference as of now is that there are local and global contexts, and also the rules, but you can also change length here, so you can update it and modify from 200 minutes to any kind of duration that you want and customize it. But this is not a strict rule. If you go beyond that limit, ContentFries will alert you in case you are doing or working in some kind of potato, or repurposing long form content into bite-sized pieces of content. You will see if you are above that limit or not. So that's basically the only place where this information is currently used, and we will add it to more places in the 2.0 version and work with these options more in depth. And also you will be able to create more rules, like Twitter has some kind of maximum amounts of characters per post, and Facebook has also some kind of a limit like this, but the status or the text can be much longer on Facebook and also on Instagram. But those limits are there, okay? And those ContentFries will watch all of these for you when you choose the platform. And when you don't want to, apply any kind of rules, you still can choose other right here, and specify your own rules, or disable these, or don't use it if you don't want, and then create new context. And as you can see, there are multiple context type. ContentFries currently, as of now, is primarily about videos. But you can also repurpose audios and export videos and turn them into audios and share them on podcasts, and also some kind of text. You can maybe you are not aware of that, but you can connect your WordPress site and WordPress blog with the ContentFries account and share transcriptions as blog posts on your WordPress blog, and multiply your content like this. And also images. That means you can create quote cards, and in the future also carousel images, those swipeable stuff that's on Instagram, that's called carousel. So you can swipe images from 1 to 10 or whatever, and all of these will be in context, and because videos have different rules than audios, and I'm not sure, but I think you don't even you cannot upload audio on Facebook. So this basically will be disabled, for example, for Facebook, but you can still publish some text status without any kind of photo or without any kind of image. But in case you would like to share your photo or some kind of quote card, that's image context, which can also have some status under it. And all of these has some platform limitations. So that's something that contexts will watch for you automatically. And that's one of the really huge changes of ContentFries 2.0, and also of the future direction of the development. So this is something that I wanted to share with you. And then you can set and choose all the contexts when you are uploading your fries or potatoes. So that's it. When you go to to the roadmap. As you can see, there is, I think, 12 tasks that remain to finish phase number 1. So we are pretty close to finishing the ContentFries 2.0 phase number 1, which has, folders, and now we are working on nested folders and GIFs and video support. This is something that will be added to the current version of ContentFries as well, and many other things that are happening behind the scenes. And one of the, you know, I was showing last week these experiments section. So if you are aware of that, you can go here and you can basically change the text here and render it into video. This is, not this is not a section that we are offering support for. This is just some experimental stuff we are quickly changing, and basically I have wrong here. It opened up, as you can see, sound the alarm. There is some issue probably. So let me go back. Now it is working. So you can change the text here and render it into video, and you will be able to create these animations as transitions, or something that's when you want to add more importance on some kind of or some part of sentence or some word, then animations like this are great for that. So you will when we do this more stable and usable, there is no link to this section in the platform, because as I said, this is really changing rapidly and it is not working. We are just throwing stuff at it and playing with it, but you can change the text here. So let me just try change text and maybe render it, and add their Content Fridays, because why not? And now render, and it will take a couple of seconds, but it should render, and I'm not sure if I clicked correctly. No, probably not. There is something happening that is preventing probably this from rendering, and I have no idea why, because I was testing it before this live stream and it was working, and the video was rendered correctly and I was able to see it. But you know what, we will see next week. But what I wanted to share is that the rendering that's behind the scenes is working. It is incredibly complex, and I think the rendering is really interesting topic that we can maybe talk about in some of the future episodes of Content Fridays, because it's unbelievable how many things are happening behind the scenes, and how dozens, or in some cases even hundreds of rendering servers are basically called on demand, and all of these work. The idea that I want to share with you is that the goal is to have a really robust and powerful rendering engine that can render videos in under, let's say, 1 or 2 minutes. I think we have now really great foundation to make something like and turn it into reality, and that will be super powerful when you can render even 1 hour video in under 1 or 2 minutes. So this is also something that I believe will be possible, hopefully this year. But as I said, rendering is incredibly complex, and depending on how many animations you add and transitions and stuff like that, we will see. And this is not what I wanted, but we will see next week. Hopefully, all of these animations will be renderable. It should. There is probably just some minor issue that is causing this to not work. So this is the experimental section and funny experiments that we are working on. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you, and also regarding dashboard, and I will finish it with this. You can see your limits in the dashboard. You can see how many minutes have in the current period, and also your storage and how many rendering minutes or hours you have spent it, and also when is the usage reset, and you can see it here. And all this is much cleaner basically interface than the current in the 1.0 version, and you can see all the necessary information that you need regarding your account. And you can also change the theme here. So as you can see, I'm currently in only one theme under this account, and that's basically it. So the dashboard, I think, is finalized. Maybe some minor tasks are remaining there regarding the dashboard, and then we will use this as the entry point that this will only get better in the future. Okay, so that's ContentFries 2.0. Context really important in the future and currently also as well, so we can better understand where we are heading. And the goal is, to also provide you maybe some kind of API or webhooks and automations, so you can automate your content creation. You upload some content on your Google Drive and in some specific folder, and ContentFries will see all of that and download all those pieces of content automatically and apply some templates to it, render it, and store it on a different folder on your Google Drive account or something like that. This is workflow that will be also possible thanks to the changes that we plan. And I think this will be possible basically also this year. And that's all that I wanted to share with you guys. So have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week.